You have Christians in prison. You have Muslims in prison. You have lots of cults. You have lots of cults in prison.
Satanists, Odinists, you name it, they're there.
So there's there's the 5%, there's the Nation of Islam, and so on.
There's the 1%ers, those are the bikers. So, I mean, not like the regular bikers. These are the killers, the bad ones,
And so, but the ones that, the ones where I was like, what are you guys doing? You had the group of devil worshippers, right? And it's like, dude, do you know where you are? You're a little group of devil worshippers. You're in prison, right? And then what was even weirder than that for me was the dude Oaks, who started a group of Wiccans there, right? These are witches, everyone. These are witches. This dude Oaks was a high priest of Wicca, right? He's a high priest of Wicca who gets locked up. He had like long gray hair.
Oh, he had the long blonde beard and the long white hair. And I mean, he looked like something out of Lord of the Rings, I mean, he did.
And so this guy's in, and so you're thinking, hey, this Wiccan dude is getting people to his little spell meetings and stuff. And you're thinking, no one's going to do that. But he had the characteristics of a cult leader, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so he can make even if they're spouting nonsense, they can make it sound good. Yeah. And so he actually ended up getting a couple young guys from the church to start going over to his meeting. And, part of you is thinking, well, look, if you're stupid enough to go and follow this witch, then you kind of deserve it. Yeah. But on the other hand, you're thinking, hey, these young bucks, man, we're supposed to be looking out. We're supposed to be looking out for them. And so you're the one who actually had the idea for a showdown. Kane's sitting there and he's going, look, why don't we just do it like Elijah did? Why don't we just do it like Elijah did? He said, look, I'll go down there. I'll challenge him to cast a spell, right? I'll give him whatever he needs. If he wants hair, fingernail clippings, if he wants my blood, I'll give him my blood. He can cast a spell, and we'll let everyone see the results. And so we kept kind of putting it off and never actually going down there, because you would have band practice at the same time they would have their meetings and stuff like that. Eventually, Goob, he was the leader of the devil worshippers, right? We're not. That was his nickname in prison. Goob was not some weirdo who got involved in Satanism because it was cool when he was growing up. This guy was like marked from birth by other people who were in it and so on. So he's set aside from birth for Satanism and so on.
He got a real raw deal. Yeah, I mean, he really, really did.
He was messed up.
I mean, he was a good guy. I want to make that clear, because I don't want to speak ill of the dead, and stuff. I mean, just he was a good man somewhere down deep inside of him, and he struggled.
Yeah, he was messed up. Yeah, and you'd see him go back and forth. He comes up and he says, "Look, man, Oaks had me get some." I think some threads from our clothes or some hair from our heads or something like this.
That's what it was.
Oaks had me get some of you guys' stuff so he could cast a spell on you, because I told him you were going to come down there and challenge him, and so he cast a spell to keep you guys from coming down there and challenging him. And I was like, crap! And we haven't been going down there, but it's because of like scheduling stuff, not because I know, right? He's actually kept us.
We had to work our schedule around a freaking witch.
Yeah. So you had band practice, and I was like, I'm just running down there with Dean, but I go down there with Dean, and I'm like about to go in there and go, so you cast a spell on us, huh? You cast a spell, wizard? Getting down there is actually, it was funny I was kind of annoyed. It's like, wait a minute, you got Wiccans and devil worshippers working together, casting spells on us?
It can't be good.
So I'm going down there, I'm about to go full Elijah on this dude. I go down there, and I'm sitting with all these young bucks who were there for the meeting, and finally Oaks walks in. It's me and Dean sitting on one side of the table, and Oaks comes down. He sits in the open spot there, and so me and Dean are over. This is Oaks. Me and Dean are over there. He sits down like this, and like shielding his eyes from us, and his hand is shaking, and whenever he's moving, his other hand is shaking. I'm not exaggerating like this. In fact, I don't even think I can shake as much as he was shaking, right? He's sitting there shaking, and he says, I know we were supposed to I have a meeting tomorrow. I just want to say I never use my magic to hurt anyone. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? Right? He's sitting there and he's shaking. That's when he announces, he goes, anyway, I'm being taken to a different place. I was just taken in for an evaluation, and I was diagnosed with full-blown lung cancer and 2 brain tumors. And so that's why he was like terrified. And so he said it
was a rare brain cancer that they rarely ever see. That was the thing that's so compelling about it, was the fact of what he got attacked with. You know, I mean, it's...
Yeah, so they took him away, and he was gone for, I don't know, 6 months and stuff, and he came back, and there was like this shell of a human being. I saw him a couple of times and had no clue who it was.
It was sad.
You're the one who told me. Yeah, this pale head,
it was
and a big scar down the middle of his the middle of his head and so on. And so he was there for a little while. The Gilmer brothers. So there were two brothers there. Their last names were Gilmer, but they were like hardcore, like nice Christians. But they said they were going and talking to him as much as they could. Eventually, he was taken to a hospice where he died. So that was Oakes, and the other guy in that story was Goob, the devil worshiper. And so you've actually seen messed up stuff with Goob, right?
Oh yeah, it was at nighttime.
That's beyond a reasonable doubt, though. So you could swear on it in court.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's my word, so yeah, exactly. But anyways, it was weird. I looked over, and it was like he was chanting, but he wasn't making any noise. Mm-hmm. Like his mouth was like, I mean, over moving, kind of. And then I seen his body literally come up a little bit off the bed, and then slowly come back down. Now, if he had just dropped, I would have said maybe he just pushed himself up and fell back down, Mm-hmm. But there is no way. I mean, he was lifted up off that bed and then put back down. Not only that, I believe I also told you the story about the gentleman that slept by the bathrooms. He was literally picked up in the air and thrown to the ground. So, I think old Scratch was quite busy there. The good old Stanton. There's a lot of weird stuff that happened there.
That was a creepy place. Part of this prison was a psychiatric hospital going back to the 1800s Civil War times. And I never had anything creepy.
No, I did, but I mean...
Other people did, but some of it was kind of...
It actually was kind of funny. Whatever it was, like to grab people's toes and feet.
Yeah.
And I swear, I thought it was him. I swear, I laid awake. I was laying in wait for you that night because I said he's going to grab my feet and jump back into bed. So I waited and waited. Somebody grabbed my feet. I sat straight up. There was not a single person up. Now, you tell me what that was. I mean, come on.
If I were to do something, I would have taken some toilet paper, put it between your toes, and lit it on fire, and then hid. And then you wouldn't know who did it.
That sounds about right.